Hi, so just take a deep breath and just pick whichever stone that you're drawn to. Hi, so welcome to the new moon in Pisces video that I've decided to do. And it's all about what you're wanting to call in, kind of what you're wanting to manifest and, what you're wanting to tap into. So the first pile is Dalmatian Jasper. And this one is all about friendships. So the first card that we've got is this one. So it's the Five of Ariel. And this can be that you're feeling a little bit out in the cold. You can feel like it always shows someone stood outside a church. It's always a really cold scene. She's got a coat on. It looks like the person can tend to look quite desolate, not particularly in this picture. But if you look through the door, there's a beautiful, warm, bright, welcoming light, which is obviously demonstrating that if you feel that you kind of that you don't have any support around you, or that you're going through a difficult time, and obviously you don't, this is not what you're wanting to have support, you're wanting to have nourishing friendships, then this is telling you that you don't have to go through the challenges alone, because fives tend to be about challenges, and the aerial suit is it's a lot to do with kind of the everyday feel, the practical support and money as stability, and they're also about support of these suits. So you don't have to go through this alone. There are people there that will help you, and that can be in different ways that we can receive support from people. But sometimes we have to either look for the help or ask for help as well. It's also telling you as well about just being mindful about being stuck in a loop of I suppose you could say like negative thinking, really, but it's not just about thinking negatively. If you kind of, maybe that you're stuck in a loop with friendships, maybe you wanting to break away from that, but you're not quite sure which direction to take. Well, this card is saying that you don't have to go through these challenges. And then you've got the Three of Cups, which is a lovely card because this is about celebrating. So it could be, and it's about celebrating with community, is this card, because if you can see in the picture, there's three witches together and they are celebrating, enjoying themselves. But yeah, it's very much about celebrating with people, celebrating with community, and also kind of wanting some joy. So if this is what you feel with your friendships, is this is something that you're wanting to bring in, then this could be something that you can focus on, rather than focusing about feeling that you have to go through these difficulties by yourself. It's about looking for different ways to find community. That doesn't always necessarily have to be community that's in person. It can be community online. It could be looking for different groups if you've got different interests, and how you can meet people. It can also be as well as maybe creating your own community, if that's something that you're able to do. And then again, we've got another three. We've got the Three of Ariel, and this is doing something that you love. So it's, again, threes are all about working together and partnership. So this is working, it can be working with other people, can this one as well. So you've got two threes, having fun and having a joyful time and enjoying yourself, but working with people. So this could be, again, it could be through work, it could be through hobbies. If you're self-employed, it could be through networking, or just kind of looking at different ways where you can enjoy yourself. And yeah, this one, it's about doing something that you love. So if you feel that your friendships, people don't necessarily want to do the same things that you do, then it can be during this new moon, during this energy, it's about really thinking about and tapping in to your emotions and to your feelings and your intuition, and looking at what is it that you want. Do you want to meet new people who have the same love for things that you do? Maybe you like to make things, maybe you like to write, maybe you like to paint, I don't know, maybe you like to do rock climbing, because that's something that I want to do once my shoulder's better. Again, it's always to meet people, but this man here, you can see he's got these beautiful jewelry boxes, and he's really making a lot of attention to detail. And again, this is also, it's also about cooperating with people as well as this one. So they're really, really good cards. And then we've got play. Now I think play, again, it's having fun and celebrating but not being too serious. I think that's a very, very similar message to the Three of Cups. So it's about taking time to enjoy life and maybe not being too serious about things, because this one's a fairly serious card because it's working hard towards something, but working hard with other people. It could be collaborating with people, working in a team. Whereas obviously this one is more, this is more the practical, the more stability. These are the emotions. The cups are our emotions, our feelings, our intuition. And interested in this one, we've got a cup as well. It looks like a beautiful martini glass actually. So yeah, so this one kind of, I think it all kind of works together really. So it's about doing something that makes you laugh, doing something that's fun, which I think is very much relevant with this one. Taking yourself out on a date as well, because that's another thing. Sometimes we don't always have a group of people around us who necessarily like to do the same thing. So why not take yourself out? You know, take yourself out for a meal, take yourself out to go to the cinema, take yourself out to go to a concert or a gig, because you might be surprised who you'll meet, what people you'll meet. But yeah, it can also be about calling up a friend, this one as well, and getting in touch with someone, which I think is similar to this, who you can just be really silly with and just have some fun with, kind of also not taking things too seriously all of the time. And it's also asking you how about scheduling in time to have fun, which is in between working hard, it's about taking that time to have fun and play and just do whatever it is that makes you really happy, rather than rushing to the next thing and the next piece of work, or the next job or the next task. It's about prioritizing fun. So I hope you enjoyed the message, and I'm going to move on to pile 2 now. Welcome to pile 2, which is Malachite, and this one is about love. Okay, so if that is something that you're wanting to call in and to manifest during this beautiful, dreamy, romantic new moon in Pisces, then this one, the Wheel of Fortune, it's about new beginnings. It's about if things have been a little bit stagnant. So this can be stagnant in your love life. Things have not necessarily been moving. We've also, which does signify as well, also with, is it Mars? Yeah, Mars has just gone direct as well. So, and obviously that can make things not really move as quickly. So this card basically is about things are going to start turning in your favor. Things are going to start moving. It's the end of delays. So it can be the end of delays in you putting yourself forward to meet people. It can be the end of delays in something, just how you feel emotionally as well. If this is, you know, maybe this is the time for you to call on this energy, this beautiful new moon in Pisces, dreamy, intuitive energy, to look at how you can bring more love into your life. And also it's quite a lucky card is this as well, and it's a lucky card for moving and changing direction and for new beginnings. On some tarot cards it has all the different elements, so it'll have, like, you know, so love, luck, money, etc. But obviously, because I'm pulling this to do with love, then this is about things starting to turn in your favor as well. Then we've got the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands, he, in this card, he's off to slay the dragon. So the knights are generally younger men, someone who's generally not necessarily younger in age, but it can be someone who's not as established. Like the kings are generally very established in their own authority, in their position in life, in, you know, they would have a very stable job, they'd be secure, they'd have money, etc. Not to say that the knights don't, but anyway, that's just kind of the distinction. So this knight, he is quite a dynamic guy. If you look at this picture, he's there, you've got the dragon on the top of the mountain, and he's off there to slay the dragon. So he is someone who moves really quickly. So for example, if you're wanting to call in and think of your love life, this can be things moving in your favor, things starting to change direction. So this could be someone that you're involved with or you're going to meet, who's going to be quite swift. He'd be quite a dynamic character, very charismatic. You would definitely know who he is. He would really move very, very quickly as well, in comparison to some of the other knights. Like the Knight of Pentacles is a bit more slow moving, and the Knight of Swords to a certain extent, but he's definitely one of the quicker moving ones. It can also be maybe it's a time because things are starting to move, and this can be like how you feel emotionally, then it's an opportunity for you to just really go for it, because you've also got this card as well, which is the Ace of Gabrielle. Is the same, obviously it's a different type of cards, but it's the same suit as this one, and that's a new beginning as well. So you've got like 2 new beginnings in love, and this is like the start of something. So it's having a new idea, a new insight. Maybe it's a new way that you can change the love in your life. Maybe it's a new love that's coming in. Maybe it's you thinking about things differently, that with this new moon energy that you're wanting to call in something different. But with it being the ace, you're kind of really full of passion and drive, and you've got like kind of inspiration and that momentum to really move forward, which is really very much they all link together. I love it when all the cards come out like this. It's really linked together. So you've got delays are ending, you can start to move forward, you'll see things are changing. Obviously the Knight of Wands is someone who moves really quickly, and then you've got the Ace of Gabrielle, which is basically just saying just go for it. So if you're thinking about looking for love, then I suppose this would be quite a green light to say, why not just go for it? Why not just take this opportunity? And then we've also got, but then interestingly, this is kind of a different energy to the other ones. So we've got Deep Replenishment is one of the action cards, which all these 2 in particular are very much about action. So alternatively, it could be about you wanting to change the direction of your love life, or even basically change who you want to be with as well. But maybe also be mindful of someone who comes in too quickly, who's really wanting to slay the dragons for you. Maybe you want him to slay the dragon, I don't know. But, you know, maybe also just be mindful that this guy's going to come, this energy is going to come quite quickly. So this one, Deep Replenishment. So this is about filling up your own emotional cup. We've also got a picture of the new moon in there. So what before you can help other people, before you can really start to I suppose move forward in your romantic life, this is about making sure that you're nurturing yourself, that you're really looking after yourself. Like obviously in this picture we've got these beautiful flowers, and we need water for things to grow. You know, if we're not nourishing our heart, nourishing our bodies, nourishing our souls, then, you know, things cannot grow. You can't run on empty, which could be with this one as well. It could be that you've been slaying a lot of things. You're the one who's slaying the dragon, and this is kind of saying have that balance about making sure that you are really tapping into your feminine energy, again, this could be maybe it's allowing this man or this male energy to help you as well. So yeah, so it's about tapping into your feminine energy, filling up that kind of inner well, filling up your own self-love and nourishing and what brings you joy, because when we're abundant with emotional energy, then we're able to give to other people. So yeah, it's all about nourishing. So that's kind of a mixed message, a bit, not a mixed message, but I suppose you'll understand it fully for yourselves. But maybe also during this new moon as well, maybe it's a time for you to really tap into yourself and tap into your own self-love as well. And it's a time for you to start to slow down before you do slay some dragons. So I hope you enjoyed this pile, and I'm going to move to pile 3 now. So welcome to pile 3, which is Aventurine, and this is for abundance. So I've kind of picked some of the stones to fit a particular theme. Okay, so the first card that we have for this particular reading is the 8 of Gabrielle. So the 8 of Gabrielle is a lot of things, a lot of activity, a lot of things are kind of like happening very quickly. This can be like lots of ideas of how to make money, lots of communicating with people, lots of messages, just which is kind of, given that this suit is about fire, creativity, passion. We've got lots of birds on there, but birds are about communication. So yeah, it's about, again, it could be maybe this is you kind of tapping into what it is that you want, how you can change your abundance. So this could be also maybe you have lots of different ways to make money, or simply it's a chance for you to really kind of put feelers out there, contacting people. If people owe you money as well, it's just kind of communicating, it's just things moving really, really quickly. But also really good results as well. Lots of results are happening as well, moving very quickly. And I also think that 8 is a very abundant number in numerology. I'm an 8, a double 8, and it's about it is supposed to be the manifest of the powerhouse. But I also think sometimes with manifesting or with calling things in, bringing things into your life, it kind of works both ways as well, doesn't it? So you can manifest wonderful things, you can also manifest things that maybe are not so great. So maybe this is a chance to get clear about what it is that you want, because with this one, with the 3 of Wands, she's kind of waiting. So while this period is a chance for you to focus on being abundant. I was listening to someone on Instagram Live, and Annie the Alchemist, she was talking about how we can change our mindset, and we can change we can change our thought patterns and our beliefs. It's over 21 days, and she was talking about repeating certain mantras and how she repeats mantras and affirmations while she's driving, while she's out and about. So maybe this is something that you can do. I mean, obviously, because this card is about waiting. It's about waiting for things to come to you, like you're stood on the edge of a cliff. It's waiting. It's not quite happening yet. It's still that waiting period, and waiting for the energy to kind of to start to magnify and to amplify. So it could be a case of you working on changing the way that you think about things, and the way that you see abundance, the way that you see money, the way that you view money. Obviously we can't always magically pull money from the sky, but what we can do, for example, if like me, you can be a bit frivolous with money, is starting to look at where you're spending it, starting to look at spreadsheets. I've been calling them sexy spreadsheets. Writing things down, listing what you where is your money going. Like, for example, do you buy a coffee every day? Do you buy a lunch every day? So looking at ways that, you know, it's just about maybe tracking and managing your money is the ways that you can kind of tweak it. Maybe can you buy food from somewhere else? Can you cook more at home? Can you incorporate more vegetarian dishes? They're just like, obviously, just a few examples of ways that we can kind of start to tweak. Also about changing your mindset. Like, when do you spend money? Like, are you an emotional spender, or is it the other way as well? Because money is energy, isn't it? So we don't necessarily want to be holding onto our money too tightly, because that's can be a bit suffocating. But it's like having that balance, really, which is kind of what this card is about. It's about looking for other ways of doing things. So in this card, the person, in this particular case, the girl, she kind of looks a bit despondent. She's not really paying attention to the angel that's behind her. So she's got 3 shells, and he's got, I don't know if you can see in the picture, he's got a shell in his hand which he's offering her. So he's offering her help. He is you know, trying to help her emotionally, helping her with her situation. So this again can be how you think about things, and we can't always necessarily see the magic in life. Maybe we don't necessarily want to accept help from someone, or we're not quite sure how to ask for help. I mean, obviously, if I do always believe, even in the most difficult situations, that sometimes if we can either speak to someone about it, write things down, kind of also maybe facing the situation rather than trying to avoid it, is a good way to be able to help us move forward. But because this is more emotional than it is a practical card, then this is just being open to other people being able to help you in whatever capacity that is made available to you, and trying not to block the help that is going to come from someone. This could also be about blocking the help, or like I say, your mindset, if that's something that you're wanting to change during this next few weeks during the new moon period, sorry. Because what I do is I've done it for the past couple of new moons, where I've had a piece of paper, drawn a circle to symbolise the moon, and on the inside I've written what, you can write or draw what I want to keep in my life, what attitudes, beliefs, people, situations, emotions, thoughts, and on the outside what I want to release, what I want to let go of. I'm going to do it again for this new moon because it seems to be quite a potent one. And then again, we've got another card with the little new moon symbol called Awakening. And again, this is kind of like there's a new way to be, which links into this one. And it's about going through a period of awakening. I don't know whether I'm really so keen on that word in the sense of a spiritual awakening, but that's just me. But yeah, it can be just going through a change, wanting to make a change. You could look at it that way. And sometimes when we go through these different changes, we can find things can feel really heavy. Things can feel, you know, almost like we experience the darkness before we experience the daylight, the dawn of the new day. So it can also, this card also signifies like about a kundalini rising through your body, experiencing dreams from past lives, from past situations. But it's kind of telling you to be very grounded, to stay grounded during this period. And also, again, to share your experiences with other people. Pay attention to your dreams right now. And during this period of transition, it's also about you being called to make a shift in some way. And also maybe also kind of also accepting a few truths about the way that you are with money, your finances, your financial situation. So again, if it is a case of maybe you have to, like as I mentioned at the beginning, literally write down so you've got an idea of where your money's going, because it's not something I thought that I would enjoy, but I found it it made me feel more secure and more in control, because I've got more of an idea of where I am spending money. I'm not saying it necessarily stops me spending money in frivolous ways, but it does definitely give me a bit more of a structure and a bit more of makes me feel more secure and stable with regards to my money. So I hope you enjoyed these cards, and I'm going to move on to the last pile. Hi, so welcome to pile 4, which is about travel, and the stone I picked was Dickitite, which is a stone to help protect you when you travel, and also to help you integrate and mix with different cultures. So I thought that was quite appropriate. So the first card that we have is the 3 of Michael. So obviously this card is very similar to the 3 of Swords. So it can be about feeling heartbroken. It can be about wanting to even though it's about, or can be about, heartbreak, which you don't generally think about when you think of this particular suit, because it's more about communicating. This is definitely about taking that time to heal. So with regards to travel, so if you're wanting to travel or you are traveling, this could be at this period, or if you're wanting, like me, to bring more travel into your life, then it could be taking the time now to allow yourself, your body, your mind to heal. How, learning what can you learn about the situation that you're in, about letting go of the past. That can be letting go of past doubt, past situations, any pain and hurt that you have as well. It can also be about forgiving as well. Or on the opposite side, maybe this is what you are wanting from travel at the minute. Maybe you're wanting to see travel as a way to go somewhere to help you heal. And I will bring that, kind of connects in with the next card, which is the Hierophant. But yes, but this one is about, it's really important about forgiving yourself. So if you're in a situation where you're not able to travel, for example, at the moment, then try and release that sense of resentment about it, anger, hurt, and see it as that this is an opportunity for you to get healthy, for you to heal anything that's going on. Also, maybe you find travel is really healing for you, especially if it's travel where you want to go somewhere on a retreat in particular, to be able to heal yourself. It's also about going through particular challenges as well, that you will become a lot stronger once you've gone through these challenges, and that you are able to get through it. And in this picture as well, obviously it shows Michael consoling the girl, and it's also about telling you that there is someone there that can help you go through this. But it is kind of almost important. It is important that you're able to release the past before you move forward onto something else. And then we've got the Hierophant. So the Hierophant, she, in this picture, she's doing yoga. She looks like she's a yoga teacher. So this again is, you don't have to go through something alone. You maybe are wanting to find someone who's like a teacher. In this case, maybe it's a yoga teacher. Maybe, wouldn't it be really bizarre if you wanted to go off and do yoga training? Maybe it's going on a yoga retreat. Maybe it's connecting with other people who have a similar frame of mind to yourself, which is what I often find when I go traveling. It's that commonality with people, and for me that is travel and wanting to experience other cultures and wanting to experience a different place in the world. But this can also be about wanting to seek someone, like I say, I mentioned, like a mentor, or wanting to be kind of walking the talk, really. So if you're wanting to travel, and especially if health is holding you back, then this is about you changing your mindset as well, and like I say, finding other people that have similar beliefs to you, similar ideals, making new friends, and being able to benefit from these new insights from other people. It can also be about joining. It would be really interesting if you're going to go on a yoga retreat, joining different organisations as well, because obviously travel doesn't just have to be international travel. It can be travel within our local community and our local area as well, and even your own country, and exploring places that you've not seen before, seeing it from a different perspective. And then the third card that we have is the Two of Michael. So this card, in this one in particular, we've got two unicorns. So this can be about you kind of stuck in your head and you're thinking over and over about a situation and you're not quite sure what to do. So it could be you don't know where to go, or you don't know how to make the first step towards something. Like, for example, I've just been looking at flights and I'm looking at different places. I'm kind of looking at which is going to be the cheaper option, and it's just sometimes you just have to make a decision. You have to make an action rather than over analyzing something. So if it's something that's kind of holding you back, if you've never been traveling by yourself before, so in that case, try and release the fear, and maybe you can meet other people who want to travel with you. Maybe there are some groups. I did end up finding some groups on Facebook where you can meet other people who are solo travelers, if that's an option for you. Or maybe start small in your own country, go to a different city by yourself. But this is just about making a decision, rather than being kind of feeling stuck in your head, and it's the thoughts are going round and round. It's just about, okay, just make a decision so that you can move forward. But it's also about making a compromise as well. So you might not necessarily be able to go somewhere or go on that trip that, like, I'm trying to think, I can't really think of anything. Say you wanted to go to Australia, but you only wanted to go particular dates, or you only wanted to fly in a certain class, then maybe it's just finding a compromise. Maybe you might have to look at maybe not going to Australia this year. Maybe that's something you can work up towards. Maybe you might have to go with a different airline. I don't know. It's about a compromise, and it's about just getting out of your head and making a choice about something. Then we've got this other beautiful card, Inner Temple, and this really does obviously fit in with the new moon that we've got at the moment, and about tapping in to your heart, basically, to your feelings, to your emotions, which with this one as well, like I say, it could be releasing any fear and hurt and resentment, anger, whatever it is, just releasing that and letting go of that. So the Inner Temple, so that's about, again, it's kind of like being a student, which I would say, to me, that is similar to this one, because it looks like that you've got the two students in front of the teacher. they're looking to her for help, for advice. And this one is this card is about developing like a regular routine for your soul. It's about listening, I suppose, listening to what your soul is yearning, listening to where it is, to like that inner guide. Like I say, because it's about travel, it doesn't have to be about physically going somewhere sometimes, or well, not just also, but physically going somewhere internationally. It can also be about exploring your inner self as well. I haven't had so many recently, but I have a lot of dreams where I go traveling. I love those dreams, they're my favorite. And I really feel like I've actually been to that country, especially the ones I've had about South America. I love those dreams. I think they're lovely. And that obviously it's not the same as actually going traveling, but it's still, I think it's called astral travel, isn't it? It's about allowing your soul to experience that, and just about opening your mind. It can also be as well, this card can also be about if you're questioning the path that you're on. Maybe you're wanting to change it completely, but you're not quite sure how to do it or where to go, which would fit. I would say if you're thinking about going somewhere, or thinking about particularly going on a retreat or somewhere to nourish you, I would say that I would definitely go for it. Yeah, so it's about questioning your life path, and it can be turning your attention to a devotional practice, so meditation, prayer, journaling, yoga, walking, listening to music, just taking that time to kind of quiet your mind and quiet your soul. And yeah, and it's about committing to that practice. So I hope you enjoyed the readings, and I will be back in next month. I'm going to do one for Aries, unless I decide to do some more. But if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can just send me an email or comment below. But thank you for watching, and enjoy this beautiful new moon in Pisces.